Hey, what's up, Cranky Crew? We're back with another SCP video. This one is 1259, The Ancient Prophecy, Safe, Infohazard SCP
Oh,
by
snap.
Logan.
Yup.
Yes.
Well, apparently this is Ancient Prophecy, so we'll see what prophecy it's going to be about.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an Infohazard SCP, so obviously it has to do with the nature of reading something or gaining information, and it'll probably mess with the person who gains that information.
Oh, dude, those are
Yep.
always some of the craziest ones.
Yeah, so let's see how
Oh, yeah.
rampant this information's gonna spread. Because we heard about a couple of the reading ones before and how it
Yeah.
affects the user's mind. So they see like the doom state devices happening going on here, you know?
Yeah, or the
Yeah.
one that apparently changes reality.
Yeah, that's fifth vision. That's the whole that separate like category.
Mm.
So yeah, this is 30 minutes, 17 seconds. Let's go ahead and get straight into it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My
Hello.
name is Dr.
Hello.
Miller,
Yo, it's Dr.
and
Miller.
the SCP we're going to be
Yo.
looking at today is SCP-1259. Object Class: Safe.
At least
Yeah.
it's safe.
Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1259 is to be stored behind opaque glass in a climate-controlled room in the Infohazard wing of Site-38. SCP-1259
Is it just
is
that
not to be
piece of
moved or to be
Yeah.
removed
Looks
from its
like.
case except for testing, subject to Level 3 approval. No personnel other than D-Class assigned for testing are to read SCP-1259 in case of accidental exposure. Affected personnel are to report immediately and receive Class A amnestics.
Ooh, Class A.
Oh.
Upon reading
oh.
SCP-1259, the affected individual is to write or type a copy of the text as it appears to them for archival and comparison to current K-Class preparedness scenarios. Affected individuals are to be quarantined in a standard humanoid containment cell and undergo regular psychiatric counseling. End-of-month
Wow.
termination of affected D-Class is indefinitely postponed for the purposes of long-term study of SCP-1259's effects. Release into the
Termination.
civilian population for test purposes may be authorized at O5 discretion. If so authorized, the affected individual is to be shadowed by Foundation security personnel at all times and apprehended immediately in the event of potentially threatening action.
Okay, so they just like use regular people as the spirit, like they just throw them outside into the regular world. It's like, what are they gonna do today? They just stalk them the whole time to see if they like
Yeah.
to do anything crazy.
They just will go get Starbucks and all of a sudden they just like, go, 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 get him.
So my guess, and since you know this has a lot of cases, right? And they experiment too. Obviously, it's safe, but they did say that some people could have a more violent stuff that they want to do after reading it.
But,
Oh.
So
what do you imagine what kind of violence?
I don't know.
Who knows?
My guess is they try to kill someone. You know,
Yeah.
like because like this SCP, from what I'm getting, it ranges from like, oh, the person who read this ain't gonna do anything crazy, to someone's gonna do something really violent.
So it's different case to case.
Yeah, it's different case to case. That's why they contain the people who are infected into cells and archive
Yeah.
their what they thought they read, because each person has a different thing that they read.
I
Oh
wonder
yeah.
if
Okay.
Yeah,
I wonder if self-harm would be a category there.
maybe. You
Maybe.
never
Yeah.
know. Maybe because this is what the ancient prophecy. Maybe they got like so scared they was like, oh, well, I ain't trying to be
Gotta
here.
go.
You know.
Gotta
Oh,
go.
dear.
So yeah, let's see what's going on.
Description: SCP-1259 is a fragment of a damaged parchment scroll, measuring approximately 1.3 by 0.3 meters. Analysis of SCP-1259 indicates that it was produced in the 1st century BCE, and that it was originally part of a larger scroll, which to date has not been identified. SCP-1259 contains text on one side in a language which, when photographed, superficially resembles ancient Hebrew. Analysis
Oh,
of these
wow.
images, however, indicates that the photographed text consists entirely of a random arrangement of letters incomprehensible as a legible document.
Oh.
When SCP-1259 is directly viewed by a human being, its text is described by the reader as being legible in a language which the reader is familiar with.
That's
The
weird.
text described by readers of SCP-1259 varies considerably between individuals. In all documented cases, the text presents itself as a prophecy regarding the imminent extinction of mankind as the result of a K-class event occurring on a specific date within 3 to 6 months of when SCP-1259 is being read, in addition to a number of omens and precursor events which will lead up to said event. The nature of the prophesized event.
Yeah.
So a K-class event's gonna happen every time, 6 months, every time it's read?
No. So let's say if I read it today. So in my mind, it's saying that in 6 months, mankind's gonna be wiped out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how it presents itself to you.
Yeah.
Individual, like it's different to each individual.
Yeah. So like, if you read it like 6 months later, and then 6 more months, for you in your mind.
Right. So it alters everyone's brain differently.
Yeah, and it's crazy too that when you look through a camera, it's like gibberish, right? Nothing.
Yeah.
But if a human sees it, you see it in their like native language.
Okay.
That's kind of wild. That'd be trippy though.
That's pretty cool.
That'd be trippy. You read it? Well, mankind's over. GG. 6 months later comes.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happens.
Right. So yeah, and so they're basically testing to see how everybody would react
Yeah.
to it after reading it.
And that's why in the beginning they want to like archive what each individual perceived what it said.
Wow,
For,
this
like,
thing is
documents. That is wild. Dude, what the heck?
Oh wow.
Oh, dude.
I can just imagine just like a bunch of like people, like especially like young boys would be like, dude, what did it say for you, dude? If they found out about what it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would imagine
Lord,
the Doomsday Preppers will have a field day with this thing.
Oh, totally.
They rated,
Oh, yeah.
oh, time to build my bunker. Let's get it. You know?
Oh wow. Okay.
But I would imagine if this went out to the masses, it would cause some mass.
Oh, it'd be awful.
Panic.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
All that. But at least it's not spread through mouth. You know, it's only through reading. At least for now.
Right.
At least as
Right.
a thing.
That is something.
And it's good to know that even by looking at a copy, even by digitally, it won't like spread.
Right, because it does appear differently.
Yeah, because through digital, like, cameras, it's not the human eye.
It's like ancient Hebrew text.
It's like, ancient Hebrew, but it's still just gibberish because it's not like actual Hebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, let's continue.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Event varies from reader to reader and appears to relate directly to the reader's personal beliefs and knowledge of the world. Documented instances of the text have included references to religious eschatons, nuclear or biological warfare, containment breaches of Keter-class SCP objects, or actions taken by the Foundation itself. In no documented instance have any of the events prophesized in the text of SCP-1259 occurred. Written or
Wait,
typed copies of SCP.
Yeah.
It just scares you, dude.
It just depends on the person's beliefs, right?
Yeah.
So, for the Foundation, since they know about SCPs, whatever they read, they think the SCP that they have will get out and cause devastation.
I suppose it could also be like, if you're Catholic, it could be like, the demons are going to be coming on Earth, like the devil, and like they're gonna, and so just like so it sort of targets you based on what you believe, so you actually sort of really believe it.
Yeah.
You know?
Or like even the rapture, that could also be a belief, the belief of someone that's read it.
Yeah, same with how nowadays it was like, oh damn, nuclear threats gonna end the world, World War III is gonna happen.
And people are worried about that.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be like, oh, you read it? Yeah, it's gonna happen.
So 6 months for now, nuclear warfare all over the place.
Yeah, those people just go out and buy loads of rations and prepare.
Or
oh my God.
Or they're ready to have a self-defense area in their home, and then they're preventing people from getting their rations.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So I guess that's where the violent parts of people could come out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because,
Yeah.
you know, mass panic, there's like, they think they're on a timer, final days, they're prepping. And so they might get paranoid that people, like regular people walking past the house is like trying to steal their stuff. And then
So,
maybe
man,
they
I
go
mean,
in.
this
I mean,
SCP is quite dangerous then. Like, to
I
be honest,
mean,
it's that powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of got a taste of it. Remember pre-pandemic, how people were like trying to stock up, going crazy.
Yeah,
Toilet paper running out in
the
minutes.
toilet paper crisis
That was
an
crazy.
era.
That was.
You were seeing like normal,
God.
healthy adults just like shove and push old people
Right?
Just
for
I was
toilet
like-
paper.
yeah.
It's like Christ.
So yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
oh my God. I remember when I saw like an actual feed in Costco, everyone was shoving everyone and it was crazy. All brands, everything was gone.
Yeah, no, dude. That was when bidets started selling some more off the shelves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because who needs toilet paper if you use a bidet, right? Back then, everybody was the great toilet paper crisis. Was effing wild. It wasn't even a shortage
It
on
was
toilet paper.
worldwide too, dude.
Yeah.
That was so insane.
Yeah, so like that point is like, yeah, if this like somehow spread in mass, the actual 6 months, everybody would be wiped out.
Right.
I think I predict the next crisis.
Yeah, next crisis. All right.
The bidet crisis.
Okay.
All right, let's continue.
SCP-1259 texts produce no anomalous effects and may be read safely. After reading SCP-1259, the reader will express a belief that the text of SCP-1259 is correct and that the prophesized K-class event will occur on the date referred to in the text. This belief is initially expressed as a mild concern and grows increasingly severe as the date approaches, with the reader identifying world events or events in their personal life, including events of a mundane or inconsequential nature, as signs or indications that the prophecy is occurring as predicted. Within 7 to 12 days of the date referenced in the text, the affected individual will come to believe that he or she is a chosen one who is personally responsible for preventing the event from occurring, and will attempt to engage in extreme measures to prevent the event, including political assassinations, displays of religious faith, human sacrifice, or
human
to
sacrifice.
date, approximately.
Oh my God, dude.
That's crazy.
Imagine you just read it, right? You're like, that's kind of wild, right? Like 2 weeks later, man, dude, there's like, it was storming the other day. What's going on? And then all of a sudden, an earthquake happened. Oh my God. I'm the chosen one. I gotta do something.
Yeah, going back to the example of like, you could think that they could be like, oh, dude, a war's about to happen, right?
Yeah.
They could be like, oh, dude, a big war's about to happen. This big event's gonna happen. How do I prevent it? I assassinate somebody in the government so they don't push the button.
Yeah.
They don't push the nuclear button and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's definitely like super wild. Cause like even said there was people who would do sacrifices to like stop it. Because obviously it depends on what they believe in, right? So like each scenario is different. So one might think, oh, I must do a blood sacrifice in order to calm down the evil deities that's going to come down and smite us all, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what other things would make a sign? I mean, an earthquake, I kind of get, but that's like once.
I mean, it's like
what other signs?
It's like anything mundane, right? It's like, because like once you're infected, right? Anything could trigger that sign feeling into someone that's paranoid. You know, 'cause paranoia, anything could be a sign to you.
Yeah, it could be like, oh, the end of the world's about to happen. Oh man, dude, there's an earthquake. Oh, that's an actual sign.
Yeah, or like, dang, today was super cold for no reason at all. It's like, wow. Oh, it's like, man, this is the hottest it's been all year.
The sun is getting closer, dude. We're going into the sun.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, my brother got married. This has to be a sign.
Yeah, like
how? You're so
like some really tiny stuff to a very paranoid person is very impactful.
It's very impactful.
I mean, there are a lot of people that can be very paranoid, and even would start saying that the president is an alien and they have to be getting rid of. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just random stuff that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Science.
Okay.
All right, let's go to continue.
Science. Okay, Cody.
78%
Science.
of affected individuals have died prior to the date
Oh.
referenced in the text of SCP-1259, either due to
78%.
or as the result of being killed in the process of attempting to prevent the event from occurring.
I bet.
Individuals who
I was
survived
the
past the
chosen
scheduled
one.
date
They
have
probably
frequently
appear
reported
crazy.
symptoms of extreme depression, feelings of meaninglessness and futility, and thoughts.
Yeah.
If the affected individual is prevented from committing during this period and is provided with adequate psychiatric counseling, full recovery is possible.
Let's go.
And no long-term
Okay.
psychological effects have been documented. Subsequent exposure of persons surviving this stage to SCP-1259 has produced no anomalous effects.
Okay, that's good.
That's good though.
Experiment Log 1259.
Okay, before we go to the experiment log.
Okay.
So yeah, damn, that's kind of crazy though. 75% of them died trying to prevent this
Yeah.
this fiction thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's all fake in their head, but they went on like this grand quest to stop it, just to end up going into the dirt before it
Yeah,
happens, a
for
couple
real.
days before the said happenings, and you know,
Yeah, I mean,
Oof,
that's a
that's-
lot, dude. This thing is really impactful.
it really
I'm just
is.
trying to think of how are they able to plan an assassination in that short
You
amount
don't
of
need
time?
to. We don't need to go into
Yeah,
that, right?
it's like all they need to have is an objective, and they're gonna try to do it.
They are. I mean, if they
know.
feel like it's needed, you know, they'll do the best they can because they think they're the person who's the hero who's gonna stop it all.
They're the chosen one. They're chosen
All,
to do
all of a
this.
sudden, I could just imagine someone being shot, and then
We
like
don't-
right when they're dying, they're like, "I was the chosen one."
All right.
No, but see, my question is, if said individual got the paper, and they're like, "Man, I gotta do this," won't they show it to like one of their boys or like friends, like really close, like people that they
Mm.
trust, and then they read
Yeah.
it and they get a completely different story,
Yeah, they would.
and then
But then-
wouldn't they be like so confused? You know,
Mm,
I'd be.
I don't know. They might begin planning their own things, and they might.
Yeah, they
who knows?
might go
I-
separate ways. Yeah.
I think that they might clash if they really believe and they want the other one to believe
True.
what they believe. They would try to kill each other for that.
They might. They just might end up.
Yeah, they're like, I was the chosen one. You're being mind controlled by the evil deity,
Oh my god.
and then
yeah.
rip, you know,
Well, we know this thing's not gonna get out because it's behind glass.
behind glass, and it's
Uh,
it's in the foundation, so that's good.
Well, that, yeah.
And if the anesthetics didn't, go through, then
Yeah, and at least the people who survived and went past the game over stage,
Mhm.
they could do a complete recovery. And,
Yeah, they can.
and they'd
Yeah.
be back to normal.
okay.
Yeah, so let's continue to see what the experiment log is.
1. Date 6/23/20. Test subject D83201, Hispanic male, 38 years of age. Summary of reported SCP-1259 text. Description of a Christian eschaton largely similar to the depictions in the Book of Revelation and in American rapture literature, with the end of life on Earth occurring on 10/3/20. CXK 3621. Long-term results. D83201 requested a Bible and a meeting with a minister and began praying regularly in the days leading up to 10/3/20. D83201 frequently entreated security personnel and other D-class personnel to repent their sins. Following scheduled date, D83201 ceased praying, discarded the Bible, and attempted 4 times before succeeding on 10/12/20.
Right.
Date 8/16/20. Test subject D2943, Caucasian female, 27 years of age. Summary reported of SCP-1259 text on 9/3/20. Islamic terrorists introduce a weaponized airborne form of Ebola virus into the
Ebola.
civilian
Jeez.
population. Virus becomes pandemic by 9/23. Global breakdown of society ensues, followed by widespread rioting, warfare, and famine. Human extinction as the result of the disease and subsequent chaos occurs on 12/6/20. CXK 5604. Long-term results. D2943 immediately began refusing physical contact with all Foundation personnel. and has refused to leave her cell since 9/17/20. D-2943 made frequent requests for laboratory equipment and textbooks on microbiology, insisting to staff that the cure was within her grasp.
Okay.
Sounds familiar. Following 12/6/20, D-9403 is of the belief that she is the last living human being on Earth, and that all Foundation personnel interacting with her are hallucinatory. Observation ongoing. Date 2/12/20. Test subject D-3822, Caucasian male, 23 years of age.
She's
Forward. D-3822 is formerly Sergeant, a global occult coalition field operative surrendered into Foundation custody following security incident 2338 Psi Omicron Delta. Summary of reported SCP-1259 text. On 5/28/20, the GOC launches a coordinated strike on several Foundation facilities, resulting in the assassination of the entire O5 Council and the escape of several Keter-class SCP objects from containment. Current Director of Site assumes command authority and authorizes nuclear strikes to neutralize uncontained SCP objects. Nuclear activities are mistaken as an enemy attack on the United States of America, resulting in a brief nuclear exchange between the United States and... In the ensuing breakdown of the Foundation chain of command, Procedure 110 Montauk is not conducted on schedule, resulting in... On 6/3/20, CXK 209. Long-term results. On 5/23/20, D-3822 successfully breached containment and escaped Foundation custody. D-3822 proceeded to report to his former GOC post and gave a lengthy oral report to his former superior regarding the Foundation's weaknesses, how to contain or neutralize several SCP objects currently in custody, and the importance of ensuring that Procedure 110 Montauk is performed on schedule. Intelligence assets within GOC leadership confirm no hostile actions are planned against the Foundation. D-3822's superior surreptitiously issued Class B amnestics. A review of Foundation security is underway in light of the information leak. D-3822 was returned to Foundation custody and terminated on schedule. Date 3/26/19. Test subject Dr. James A. Parsons, African American male, 43 years of age. Forward. Dr. Parsons was a senior Foundation linguist exposed to SCP-1259 during initial study, before its anomalous effects became known. Summary of reported SCP-1259 text. Identical to the English language text of SCP-1051. Review of Dr. Parsons' personnel file indicated he had previously been involved in the translation of several sections of SCP-1051. The final date in the text was replaced with the date 6/22/19. CXK 2330. Long-term results. Dr. Parsons made frequent assertions that the arrival of the destroyers, referred to in SCP-1051, was imminent. Dr. Parsons was relieved of duty and committed to psychiatric observation, following an attempt to contact several members of the O5 Council to demand immediate deployment of space-based weapons platforms. On 6/18/19, Dr. Parsons left his quarters and attempted to seize control of in order to launch a preemptive orbital defense, resulting in the deaths of 17 staff members and security personnel before being apprehended and forcibly returned to quarters. Dr. Parsons committed by hanging on 6/20/19, leaving a note stating, "Death by my own hand is preferable to what those bastards will do to us."
Holy shit.
Goodness.
What did he see?
On that extremely depressing note, I think that about does it for today.
There's Dr. Miller.
Thank you all for listening, if indeed you still are. And you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Wow.
Ciao.
Dude.
That one was a wild one.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's wild. So we have like
Yeah,
four
is.
different perspectives. You know, we have a,
Yes.
we have a GOC, a Foundation member, a regular male, and a regular female.
Wasn't it two regular females?
Was it regular females?
No, it was a regular man and a regular female.
Yeah, regular man and regular female.
Jeez Louise, dude.
So obviously the ones without resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
they're just there. They didn't really cause that
They
much of a
were,
threat.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't have the means to pull off what some of the others could have.
Yeah, like the GOC, member.
That one was crazy. That one was absolutely
That
wild.
was crazy.
And of course, he targeted the Foundation,
Yeah,
right? Because he,
because he saw that in the future that multiple monster class that like will enter SCPs that the Foundation has secured will breach
Yeah.
security and then
Yeah.
start causing havoc all over the world. So like, you know what, we gotta nuke these guys, and then that made
Yeah.
America launch another nuke.
Dude, God forbid, like world
And-
leaders
And the fact that
see this.
that one escaped and started leaking information.
I know, right? But he was contained and dealt with.
We're like, sorry, but you can't do that. That's a no-no. So bang.
Dude, what if like world leaders, bro? Like that, they'd be so dangerous for like the people who can like the president, right?
Yeah.
If our president is the leader of the military, like just immediately. Oh, dude.
Give me the red button.
I mean, that's right. That could be extremely terrible.
I think there
This
goes
is
the
awful.
actual world right there.
Right.
One button
Right.
press.
Oh my
GG.
Right.
Nobody would ever know.
But what's with this SCP, like, always influencing the end of the world?
Cause
It's
what's up
too
with that?
it's to an extreme, right? Like it's really, I mean, it's what the person generally believes, right? I mean, it's catering to each person. So
yeah.
I mean, if that's like the worst thing that could happen in their mind, like the end of the world or nuking, like they're going to release the world-ending SCP. I mean, it's really to the most extreme to get them to do probably the most extreme thing they can do as a response.
Yeah, it's like the girl, like she thought she was the last surviving member of humanity. And every Foundation staff was just like a hallucination of her.
Yeah.
So and she was like on the cusp of like getting the cure, even though she wasn't.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
all mind tricks, and like the very end guy, right? That was the first case that happened.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
He was a linguist, right? And like
he
he helped writing some other SCP.
No, yeah, he deciphered I think 1051,
1050,
which
something, yeah.
we don't know what it's about,
Yeah,
right?
we don't know anything
But
about
he
that one.
deciphered it, right? Like deciphered countless pages. So when he read 1259, he thought that said that the 1051 SCP was coming to destroy Earth. That's why he wanted the outer space, the orbital defense weaponry out and about.
I think that was the first case that ended in others' lives instead of their own.
I mean, he ended up. I mean, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, yeah, but he killed, what was it, 11 others?
17.
security
right?
personnel?
17 others
Oh.
on the premature launch of the
Mm.
weaponry in the space, right?
I mean, boy.
But yeah, so it's really wild to show like how severe each scenario is depending on one's position or like work style, like just their beliefs. Because that man was like like the GOC member and this other Foundation member has some crazy stuff going on because they see the terrifying effects of other SCPs. So like their world ended there was more crazy than like the virus and the rapture.
I wonder how it'll influence all the leaders almost at once, like days apart, by reading that.
I mean, it's just war, Doug.
Yeah,
it's just war at that point.
War never changes.
Yeah.
World war, bro.
Yeah.
Like an entire world nation
Extinction.
war.
Yeah,
Pretty
so like
much.
like the
world's
standard,
over.
like the standard stuff that everybody like has like a low fear of, like just barely, like, oh yeah, World War, another massive virus is coming after us. Well, the SCP, GOC, and like Serpent Hands would have like way more horrific type
I
of
wonder,
slow
honestly,
monstrosity.
I wonder how I wonder how the Foundation identified this as an SCP. I'm just saying because like if you read it, like you're already, you know, like under its control. So but it's behind glass. Like they have it behind glass.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, honestly, so they've captured it. So it's in a location. How did they identify it instead of believing what it said and just, you know?
It's most likely due to the case that obviously the last guy in here was the Foundation member. And, you know, just like 2 days before that thing happened, obviously he gamed over. But when that date happened, nothing happened. And so they're like, wait a minute. And then they probably experimented on a couple of their, like,
somebody, because if it's behind camera, right, it doesn't show.
Yeah, if it's behind camera, it serves up as
easy.
gibberish.
It'd be like Dr. Parsons would be like, did it actually say that? And then they look behind the camera. Wait, like so this is different.
Yeah, it's only visible to the human naked eye, and it's different for everybody. So obviously, after this first case with the last guy, the date happened, nothing happened. So my guess is that they experimented on a couple other people to see what would happen to them, and each story was probably different. They're like, okay, it's definitely an SCP that we have to contain, and then they did their research on it.
Yeah, totally.
So that was pretty crazy, man.
This is a really good one.
It was really good. We talked a lot.
We did.
Yep. Well, guys, if you guys want us to react to any more SCPs, please leave it down in the description below, and please leave a like and subscribe if you want us to if you want to see us do any other things. And that's been the Cranky Films, and we'll see you all next time. Stay cranky.